guns. Guns. Everybody got guns. What's that? What's that? A gun. I got a gun. I got a gun. What's that? A gun. I got a gun. I got a gun. He got a gun. He got a gun. Everybody got guns.
So you seen that scene from Boardwalk Empire? It's, you see that scene from Boardwalk Empire, right? And a lot of these guys talk about how guys hide behind the internet and how in real life guys ain't this and that, guys ain't that. But this is the thing. In real life, most of these guys wouldn't be talking like this, right? I always ask this question to people who always call people incels, say they don't got game, and all these other things. I always ask them, if you was in a room full of a bunch of guys who had guns, would you open your mouth and say all this shit? Or they're like, oh, I had my gun. I'm like, well, but they have their gun. So basically, you're going to end up being shot and killed in the room. You're just going to take one person with you before you get put it with a whole bunch of holes. In real life, everybody can be considered as dangerous. Ain't nobody considered wimps. It's just how some people perceive it, right? Online, certain people get to be better than others. I mean, in every single comment section, it's these super guys who all they do is get women. All they know how to do is, oh, I get women, but I'm a nerd. Oh, I get women and I do this. So, for this video, somebody hit me up, and I don't know why this hit me up, if it was a fake person. It was this 14-year-old kid who hit me up and asked me, why do they keep telling men they can't get vagina? Why do they keep telling men and keep shaming men into sex with women they don't want, but they don't shame women into having sex with men? And then I told him, and I broke it down to him and told him that basically they want to make you a sex slave. They want to make you a time slave, and they want to make you a slave to females like they are. Now, I'm going to break it down, and hopefully that person is watching, is that a lot of men are addicted to the how could I put it? There's biological stuff that happen when dudes get around women, and they keep going to that. I think the dopamine. I think it's dopamine. So a lot of guys think that every guy is the same when they get around women. So this is the reason why they're telling you to talk to 1,000 women, right? There's a reason why they tell you to waste your time with women, listen to a woman for 1,000 hours, even if she's using you and stuff and all this other shit. They put you at a disadvantage every time because they think that talking to women should be the highlight of a man's day, right? This is why they tell you to go get some vagina, even though there's guys out here who get so-called vagina and it didn't solve their problems. There's guys out here who are putting women in the ground and they get more vagina than anybody else and they still end up in jail. I just went back and forth with some dude in the comment sections, and this dude tried to subscribe talking about Ron Wills and O'Shea and some other person. And I'm like, this dude did not just tell me to go watch Ron Wills for dating advice. When I was there, when this dumbass Ron Wills showed a girl off because Marco actually showed better looking women. Why would I listen to a guy who was in the car with a younger girl that looked like she was scared? While the other guy, Marco, who can get women in Colombia and showed he get women in Colombia, is not selling no books. He's not talking about game. He's not doing any of that. So it's weird to me. It's weird to me that this dude was talking about game and swag. So I don't know how this page ended up on my feed, but it was some girls who tried to dress modest, but all they do is talk about race issues, right? And I said something. I put under comments. I said, in real life, black women are a problem. I said it's not the media. The media don't have to tell people how bad black chicks are, right? Because they meet them in real life, and as far as customer service. So this idiot with an eagle avatar tells me that bad customer service is not connected to just one race, and I'm like, well, universally it is. Everybody said that the black chicks are bad servers. I mean, you see it all over fucking social media in general. In real life, if you had a survey, it's people like that are so fucking stupid. They want to act like they know you, and they start making assumptions. So there's a McDonald's that I used to go to, right? Well, I go down there when I'm in that area. I go to that McDonald's. But that area I used to live down there. It had all black servers. It had all black when the manager was black and all that shit. It was chaos, right? 2 months later, the whole staff, management, all was replaced with Latinos. I think Mexicans, or they were all replaced. It was cleaner. The service was a little slow because they didn't know English, but it was 10 times better. The reviews got up. All of the reviews literally said the same shit. So you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong about there's international or so-called race is not specifically for bad customer service when I can go to an all black business and they said nothing but bad things about this business. Mind you, it's a place that I used to go to because I lived in that area about 7 years ago, and the place is pretty much bad, and it's riddled with bad reviews about how bad their food is. This is a black owned business. All of the black owned businesses have bad experience with people. I mean, I remember going into GameStop where there was a black manager in there, female manager, and basically disrespecting when I was there to buy some video games. But then this stupid motherfucker said they sensed that I was a sucker and said some dumb shit about, say, since I was a sucker. I'm like, but I'm there to get food. So wait, you gonna treat me bad because you sent someone? And this dude started using black dialect, even though he's a 40-year-old white dude in the black comment sections talking about black issues. And I'm like, what the fuck is a white dude 40 years old talking about tricking and game trying to sound like he's a black dude. And I called him out on another comment. He ain't said nothing, but he went to the comment that I was, back and forth with him. Like I said before, a lot of these guys try to sell you on to women, right? Your very interaction with women is supposed to be worth everything. It's supposed to be worth anything and everything. There's a reason why a lot of these women try to charge you, because a lot of these women are selling you to get you high off their quote-unquote essence. A lot of these women are trying to give you the dopamine rush of just a woman talking to you, right? A lot of these guys who need to talk to 30, 40, 50 girls, who need to talk to 40 and 50 and 60 fucking girls a day, they need to get high. So, as somebody who grew up around drug dealers, I watch guys who sell drugs get people hooked on drugs. The first stage is getting people hooked on drugs, right? And the second stage is making sure they become a customer and making sure they have enough money to keep them stocked with, keep them stop paying money, giving you money to get high. So there's a lot of functional drug addicts. Those are the best customers that you got, not the ones who can't pay, right? So there's functional drug addicts who go to drug dealers, and they've been going to these drug dealers for about probably 10, 15 years, right? But what happens when you get used to one particular drug, and you get used to that 1 milligram or whatever it's called, right? They get used to one particular type of level of drugs, and they gotta up the level. They gotta take more. They gotta get higher. So this is the reason why a lot of these motherfuckers out here telling you that you gotta talk to 1,000 girls, you gotta fuck fat, ugly women, unattractive women, because they think that sex is such a rush to them that it's gonna be a rush to you, because they look at you as somebody who will take anything. They don't care if you like visualization. They don't care if you're a visual person. They don't care if you don't want to have sex because you think sex is embarrassing to you because you're not good at it. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They don't take that into consideration. They think that you're supposed to have sex and you're supposed to just stick your dick in anything, and somehow, some way, you will come out a new man and you will feel fulfilled. But these guys have to fuck everything and anything in order to feel fulfilled. And they have to keep up in the ante. This is why they have sex with other people's wives. This is the reason why they have sex with, they try to break down so-called good girls. If somebody who talk about game is out here telling you about good women, these women are not good. They're not talking about good women, because guess what? Good women are not fucking with game niggas. And good women are not fucking with ex-gang members, gang members either. Game guys. They're not fucking with anybody ex. They're fucking with the good guys. In other races, there's certain girls that are pretty much bred to be specifically for certain types of guys. They don't go nowhere else. They don't like anybody else. They only like the good dudes that their parents raised them to get with. A lot of guys and a lot of women are selling getting high off the essence of being around chicks. Now, I can tell you from experience that high from sex, that high from talking to a beautiful girl, or that high from talking to a girl, it don't last. For me, back then when it was actually pure or whatever, the shit would last 3 days or 4. Once the shit lasts, once that shit dies down, you go back to normal. This is the reason why these niggas will tell you that you have to watch bad movies. This is why they tell you they have to be at restaurants that you don't want to be in. These niggas think that you sitting in the dark with a woman, as long as the woman is part of the sitting in the dark, you'll get more out of that sitting in the dark than you would if you by yourself, which is wrong. They don't think that you have a higher brain capacity and a higher intelligence range, that being around a woman is really not giving you that high that these guys get. These guys don't even like being around the chicks that they be around. They have to be around multiple girls. They have to stimulate themselves in other ways by roasting people, telling people they're losers. It's part of their ritual to stay mentally sane, because they abused that dopamine rush of being around women so much. They have to up the ante. That's why a lot of them go become GAY, or go with trannies, or go with this and go with that. The whole point of them trying to sell you quote unquote game and telling you have to talk to women for 1,000 hours, because they think that talking to a woman is the essence of making you feel good about yourself because you're talking to a woman. Meaning that they make you think that they put the woman on a higher value than you are. They don't think that you don't care about your time, because if you're with a woman, somehow, some way, it erases all your problems. They think that talking to a woman and being around a woman is a detox machine. It's a detox. You work real hard, and instead of you chilling, being to yourself, going to sleep after your work days, you got 2 days off or whatever, they think instead of you sleeping, you're going to go with a woman because it's going to wake you up. And having sex with a woman is going to refresh you until Monday. It don't work for everybody like that. But for some reason, they think it works for everybody. So, a lot of these people and a lot of these women are selling you to get high based off being around women. Women have that effect on some guys. And this shit they get high off and they go back and forth. So a lot of dudes have to play around with the shit, right? Say a beautiful woman, right? The guy gets sick of her being around her because she's boring to him now. He doesn't have that same feeling that he had before. He don't have that same feeling that he had before with that woman. So what he does is he show off this woman in front of the world, and basically see all the simps come into the comment sections. I'm telling you what these guys do, right? A lot of these guys are sick of the girls they with, the attractive girls they with. This is why now there's a market for it. When guys say my Arab girlfriend, my Asian girlfriend, my Latino girlfriend, my black girlfriend, it's all about giving a different perspective on the girl that they with, and seeing how many men that like their wife or their girlfriend, so they can stay with her and be like, oh yeah, I'm kissing this girl, I'm kissing the girl that every man wants. So they need to throw you under the bus. Don't y'all understand that once guys in this kind of society get women, it's their job. They are appointed to basically sacrifice every single guy they can who they see under them in order to stay flush with getting women. It's not about none of these women. Don't you think that a lot of these niggas are telling you the stupid shit that that's not true? Women have to have confirmation. Women have confirmation bias. Well, women have biases, and they have to have social confirmation to everybody in society to date certain guys, right? So about probably I'm showing my age, probably the early 2000s face tattoos wasn't a thing. It was, but it was reserved to a bunch of weirdo guys, right? You would be a weirdo if you had a face tattoo about the early 2000s. You'll be subsetted to certain things, right? That's the reason why when you go back and you see certain rappers out there, most of them didn't have face tattoos all over their body. When it became popular, that's when um it became an addition to do it. This is why you got, Daquan or whatever that dude name is, that dumb fake gamer anime guy who tell guys to go get a haircut, get a certain haircut, and get a bunch of tattoos, even though that's gonna ruin your whole skin or ruin your skin or do all that, because that's how you get women. So basically changing yourself, but then niggas are telling everybody else that they get women based off them. Even though they got dreads, even though they dress in a certain clothes, even though they talk a certain way, even though they listen to certain music, certain TV shows, and they listen to certain bullshit in order to get women. So you're not really yourself. You're just pretending that you're something else in order to get women. Because women actually like a different type of guy. This is the reason why most of these women, after they're fucked up and done, they go to the men that they should have dated in the first place, that they were really attracted to, but those guys don't want them now. The guys that they choose second to take care of their fucking kids, and after they're done being a cum rag for everybody, now they're going after the guy they really wanted. But you know the reason? A girl could like a Steve Urkel, right? Her friends will come then and say, why are you dating this nerdy looking guy? I don't want to be friends with a girl who is dating this type of guy, because you're going to embarrass me. She don't fuck with that guy no more. And she fuck with the guys that her friends like. So she can keep her place in society. Because a lot of women date men based off beneficial things. If they date a certain type of thug or player or toxic guy, they have a built-in system to create attack dog. Those type of dudes are attack dogs. I remember, was it 3-4 weeks ago? I forgot where I was at, and it was this black girl who looked like she was a nice girl. She didn't have no tattoos or nothing. She comes walking in with this thug ass dude, right? Something happened, and then something must have happened, and the girl didn't get her change. This dude tried to jump over the counter and do all this, and the dude had a gun. The counter dude had a gun. So he was like, yo, you forgot my girl's fucking thing. Yo, give me that fucking money. He said, yo, you better back the fuck off, man. And he said, oh, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, we tired of you niggas. And he said it just like that. He was A-Rap dude. He's like, we tired of you niggas. So come jump over this shit again. I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And the dude was like, yo, stop fucking being embarrassing me. You do this shit all the time. He said, and the A-Rap dude said, you better tell your boyfriend to stop doing shit like that. He gonna get his head blown off. And this dude, basically this girl got with this thug ass nigga because he's easy, he's simple to point at, and he's temple to attack anybody around. This is why I say a lot of these girls get certain type of guys because it's beneficial. Some women get with guys because they know these guys don't have lives and all they good at is fucking. A lot of these women get with guys who they know is they good at fucking and fighting. They don't want to get with a guy who they have to be on equal terms with, where the guy asks them straight out, okay, now it's time for you to make me laugh. Now it's time for you to make me have a considerable conversation. Now it's time for you to make me climax to a higher percentage. Or now it's this. When you're with somebody who tests you, they don't like that because it makes them feel inadequate. So they get with guys they can control, and they get with guys that they can basically control with one or two things. It's easy for them. They need somebody that can control. This is why they always choose those particular guys. And also they get with guys who they think that can rule over other men and control other men. So women will get with guys who they know some of them don't really like, but they know that they think that these guys are ruler of men. So they get with a certain type of guy who get girls, right? And then they think that, hey, this guy is a leader among men. So everybody's going to follow this guy, and I will be right next to this guy while he controls all these other guys. Why do you think these women are strategically going after certain guys? They don't go with guys that don't have no beneficial to them, right? Women don't go with the guy who can give us great conversations. Women don't go with the guys that basically to be the nice guys. This is the reason why a lot of these dudes tell you that you have to have more than this and have more than that. No, you have to be beneficial to these girls. If you are a nice guy, what she get out of that? You being nice to her? No, she has to have something kind of gratification that could put her in a different rank or have a particular power in society. And these quote unquote game dudes, I tell you this for a fact. A lot of these game dudes, the women don't claim them publicly. A lot of these dudes are backdoor niggas, right? So everybody is trying to get you to get hooked on women, so you can tell other men to get hooked on women. This is why you never trust a guy who can get women who tell you the wrong things, because they don't never be truthful with you. I'm telling you right now, you have to get women based off what benefits she can get from you, right? This is the reason why a lot of guys going overseas. You know why? Because you get financial benefit. Also, you get a clarity benefit, because some of these women in some cultures are sick of the culture because they can't maneuver in that culture, or they're sick of the men because the men in a particular way or has been the same for years and years. So they want a newer, fresher, different race of guy to come into their culture, but to have some type of who won't be as strict or won't be as awful to them as the guys that they're used to in their culture, right? So there's a reason why a lot of these guys will tell you don't have experience, because they think the experience, no matter how bad the experience is, no matter how much money you waste, no matter how much time you spend, somehow, some way, you still gonna win because you're talking to a girl. That's how much pedestal these motherfuckers put these women on. This is why they tell you to stay here, because they think that don't you recognize that they never tell women to self-improve? Don't you never tell them they never tell women to be funny? They never tell women to come with more to the table than anything else. Isn't it funny that you don't hear them tell them the women to go to the gym? The overweight women, the ugly women. They don't tell the ugly women they need to dress a little bit better so they can get with men. They don't tell them to be more funny. They just tell them to get money. That's it, and have a nice heart. Like that, like a nice heart makes you, like a nice heart can make a guy's dick hard. Oh man, she's so nice, my dick is hard. I never seen a guy say, this ugly ass woman is so nice, I want to fuck the shit out of her, and we have some kids. Most of the guys that get with overweight, ugly, unattractive women, they do it out of loyalty to their race, or they're simps. And then at the first chance they get to cheat on the woman, they cheat. That it always ends that way. But they try to get you to go with certain type of girls because they think that that interaction means that you're just going to take that interaction with you, and then somehow the first girl that gives you what you want, somehow, some way, no matter how she looks, you're going to stay with her because you're getting this dopamine and all this. But don't understand that when that shit wears the fuck off, you're going to want to run to the next door. You're going to want to run. But then at the same time, you're going to be stuck because you have to You don't want to be the bad guy in the situation and quote unquote use her. But these guys are trying to get you into a trap where you're stuck with a girl or a woman for life. Ugly woman, unattractive woman for life. They harp on the fact that this is why they tell you to waste 1,000 hours. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you a perspective on what these dudes trying to tell you to do. Overall, let's So it's still going. So it's 24 hours in a day. It's 8,760 hours in a year. These guys are trying to tell you that you have to you have to dedicate 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours to talking to women. Mind you, they don't give a fuck if you fail. They don't give a fuck if the women are fucking used to. A lot of these motherfuckers think that women haven't heard it all and seen it all, and women are not going based off what you're saying to them, but what you look like. And they look for that's why a lot of the girls are up in the ante. They're going for the most attractive guys. And that's about it. They like a specific type of guy. It depends on where they're at in life. You have to understand that too. Because sometimes some guys were just pity guys. They did it. They got certain guys based off the fact is that they were ready to settle down. They would never talk to this guy about 3-4 years ago, but they talking to this guy now because they want to be in a relationship. Some women are smarter than others because they retire early. So 1,000 hours is 41 days. 1,000 hours is 41 days. So they want you to, the equivalent of 41 days to talk to multiple women to keep failing. Because they think that somehow if you say the magical words to women, that you said the magical words, or you just be a goofball, or you make her laugh like she ain't hear that. She didn't hear the same joke over and over by multiple different guys. I said this before and I say this again. If you put 15 ugly dudes in a room, tell them the same jokes, give them the same script to talk to 15 women, these women will all say no to these ugly guys. You bring one good looking dude, give him the same script, the same shit, he'll grab all 15 other women. Because a lot of the women already heard, most women already heard, they heard it all and seen it all. They heard it all and they seen it all. Right? Let me give you an equivalent of a lot of these dudes who say they good with women. A lot of them don't have jobs. A lot of them are leeches of society. And a lot of them have a lot of fucking free time to play around with. They don't give a fuck. They never ask anybody. They never ask the question to guys who have a problem dating. Do you like talking to women? And do you get anything out of talking to women? Right? Because they think that you're supposed to just waste your time. Now, they never come from a fact as to tell guys that, hey, what is your boring day? And some people say, well, Sunday's my boring day. That's your time off? Okay, then you use that. They never tell guys that, hey, why don't you just use 3 hours to talk to chicks? And if you don't like it, then you can recover from that. They never talk about that. A lot of them want you to dedicate 6 hours to talking to women, even though that's 6 hours that you supposed to be sleeping for your work, or 8 hours, right? Imagine 15 hours or 8 hours of your work. You dedicate 6 hours to, or 3 hours to 6 hours to your hobbies. You dedicate a couple hours. Some of these dudes, these guys will spend 10 hours with their quote unquote friends, and then when shit hit the fan, these same friends that they waste all that time with don't help them out. I've seen it many times. 3 hours of working out, and then they tell you to try to do 7 hours to get women. 1 hour of sex, maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes of sex. So it don't add up. So wait, you're supposed to spend 1,000 hours on sex, and you don't even spend half of the time getting that time back for having sex with these so-called women? Does this shit make any sense to anybody? Right? I always destroy these motherfuckers, right? And I tell guys, hey, what you telling men to talk to 1,000 fucking women? You telling men you think that a lot of these dudes have free time? So what if they talk to 1,000 motherfucking women, and then all 1,000 of these women come together and say the guy's a weirdo, and then get him jumped and beat up? What happens then? Oh, they don't think about that shit. Right? So basically, a lot of these people are so addicted to women, and addicted to being around women, talking to women, that they think that you should be addicted to them too, and needing them too. These guys, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. One of my personal ex-friends said this to his deceased, well, when she was alive, his deceased parent. He turned his back on his own parent just to be with a girl that he's not with right now. And he said, I can't live my life without a woman. He said that. I can't live my life without a woman. A lot of these guys depend on women validation in order to put every single man down. This is why I say never trust a guy who gets a lot of women, because they have to be inside of a female's head. And guess what? They stay in a woman's head too long until they start viewing other men like women view men, and they start talking like that. That's why these guys call guys tricks. This is why they talk about the game. This is why they say all this stuff, because they got a mix of female and male mixed into their fucking mind. So you're talking to a man with a female mentality because they spend so much time around women. When you spend your time around certain type of people, you start what you start doing, you start adapting certain things, certain traits about the people that you're around for a long time, right? I remember when I had all these friends and I started having cravings for shit because they used to eat the shit too. So I was around these people, but once I stopped hanging out with these people, I stopped eating that particular stuff. You start saying certain things. Yeah, there you go. Influence. A lot of shit when you're around certain people, it starts to influence you and it affects you mentally. So basically, like if it's an Asian person who's hanging around a bunch of black people, they're going to start talking black. They're going to start listening to black music. They're going to start acting black. They're going to start sounding black. It's the same particular type of way. You know that these guys have to keep this, they have to keep a position that they're better than other men in order to stay getting women. The real players that I know never put down other men. They too busy enjoying themselves with the women they get. And they never let other women other men. Case in point, Marco. Marco get a whole bunch of women. Marco Grande, Marco Grande, I don't know if it's his name now, but Marco Grande, he didn't have to talk and sell books. He didn't have to make fun of you and do all this other crazy shit. He didn't have to talk about all this other bullshit. He got women and he told other men, hey, if you want to be in the same position as me, all you got to do is this, and that's it. And he got tired of saying this because he got tired of going back and forth with guys, proving them wrong. And then after what, 4 years, Aegon finally realized that Marco was right. I don't know if they still talk, but he's right. But it took him, 10 years of marriage and this to come to the conclusion that the guy that got it right, that had all the women, was right. I know multiple guys who good with women. They never try to give me advice. They never try to do all this. They try to share women with me. All the dudes that was good with women, they all try to share. And they're like, I don't like this girl, but I convinced her to like you. And I'm like, nah, I don't want that, man. Leave me alone, man, with that, man. And that's it. But the simple fact that a lot of these guys are the slaves of women. They want you to dedicate. Isn't it funny that they want you to dedicate? They want you to be everything and anything, even for the ugly ass women. A ugly dude gotta bring all this shit to the table. A small dick dude gotta bring all this stuff to the table. But a small ass woman, she don't bring shit. A fat ass 800 pounds woman, she don't have to go to the gym. She don't have to be funny. She don't have to have any type of good characteristics. They think that every motherfucking, in their head, like I said, they have female brain. They think that every man gets hard off females. That every woman can make every man hard. That ain't the case. Because guess what? If you can make a man get hard, can you make him stay hard? They can't. This is the reason why these motherfuckers... Isn't it weird that you motherfuckers don't understand that how lopsided this dating shit is when there's so many dick pills out here and sexual enhancement pills, but there's no pills for females at all? There's none for them. Not none. There's little. There's probably like 1,000 dick pills on the market and getting your dick bigger on the market. But there's none for the women at all. At all. They don't even want to go procedures. These females will rather get a BBL instead of getting a vagina tighten surgery. Mind you, I said this shit about 5 years ago and your boy Mr. Fantastic called me gay. Because I said that some guys have a small penis and they get their girl to go to a doctor to tighten their vagina up so they don't have to fuck behind other guys. And he called me gay. That's what he did. I don't have to lie. I'm not gonna go all the way back and go to the live stream when he said that, because I forgot. I don't hang out. I don't listen to Game Changer no more. So it was on Game Changer stream. A lot of people came through and talked a lot of shit to in comment sections. Oh, not comment sections, in chats, in Game Changer chat. So I broke it down to you guys that women are just another drug for guys to sell on the market for them to basically, you to get hooked on. It's drugs, and the regular drugs is no longer a thing. They're selling basically women, and they want you to be just like them. They want you to get inside the head of a female so you can look at other men like a woman. And that's why a lot of these guys end up getting killed. They know who not to fuck with and who to fuck with. And I'm going to talk about that probably in another video, man.